Have you always wanted to explore Machu Picchu? Maybe relive the memory of your own visit to this world-famous ruin. Well, slip on your hiking boots and let's explore the breathtaking sights and sounds of Machu Picchu together. Make sure you stick around until the end of this video. We'll give you some of our tips for visiting Machu Picchu. Not saying we're experts by any means, but we are Wendy and Lawrence, and we do love to travel. Machu Picchu was just one of the many incredible moments on an amazing Peruvian adventure. You can actually join us for that entire trip in the video linked above and below in the description. Not only does this give you a good idea on all our amazing experiences, you can decide on which additional Peruvian adventures to watch, like this closer look at Machu Picchu. It seems the world has always been fascinated with the Inca civilization, from stunning structures to the supposed human sacrifices to appease their gods. It's just an incredibly rich story. Starting way back in the 13th century, the Inca civilization dominated parts of South America, stretching across 6 modern countries. Surely the most famous achievement of the Inca Empire is Machu Picchu. From being a city nestled in cloud-covered mountains to its terraced structures, all of which was rediscovered centuries later. How could it not capture the imagination? When we visited Machu Picchu, entrance tickets were divided into morning and afternoon admissions. As we chose the morning session, our day started early, in the dark, waiting for a bus ride up the mountain. Our focus was entirely on beating the crowd to be among the first wandering the temple grounds of Machu Picchu. So we don't have any footage of the bus ride up to the entrance. But we can tell you, it's a cramped and winding experience. We were lucky enough to have JJ, our guide from Tambo, joining us for the day. He was equally keen to stay ahead of the morning tourists. Visitors use a mix of old and ancient stairs to reach the top of the ruins, which leads to an entrance into the actual citadel. Steep mountains offer grand views during the climb. The route follows the outer boundaries of the famous city, passing ancient buildings built on equally ancient terraces. Visitors are teased with glimpses of Machu Picchu, peeking through buildings and vegetation the higher they climb. Nestled in the cloud-covered mountains and valleys is Sanctuary Lodge, the only hotel located on the Machu Picchu World Heritage Site. Finally, the highest terrace and the start of walking back down to enter Machu Picchu. It's a surreal moment having all the iconic pictures come to life as the temple opens up in front of you.
It's not the same up close.
We were told afterwards morning tours come with the risk of clouds covering the famous Machu Picchu views, but we were lucky enough to have pretty clear skies. The rising sun painted Machu Picchu in golden colors that changed from moment to moment, offering incredible rich views. As you'll see on this tour, there is far more to see than just the ruins. And this starts with the llamas grazing the grassy terraces. There was a lot JJ wanted to show us, so we started the descent into the iconic Inca ruins towards the city gate. The elevated trail leading down gives the opportunity to enjoy the surrounding mountains and complex terraces, even as the city rolls out below you. Once through the city gate, a look back showed the majestic view enjoyed by all those who lived there all those centuries ago. We'll walk the same alleys they did as we make our way to Sun Temple. It's incredible to think what life was like in the city in the clouds.
These are big rooms.
Look at them.
The Sun Temple is located in the Henan neighborhood, or the religious section of the town, and is one of the most sacred temples in all of Machu Picchu.
We have the other window.
Yes.
So the other window is facing the sun gate, summer solstice.
Just a few steps away from the Sun Temple are incredible views of the main square, or Central Plaza as it's also known, and essentially the center of Machu Picchu. Continuing through the ruins, the route takes visitors along the terraced edge, through Sacred Plaza, and onto Intihuatana. Moving into the Sacred Plaza, visitors find a large flat stone which was used as an altar. Also located here is the three-windowed temple, which some say originally had 5 windows. Sitting 70 steps above the Sacred Plaza is Intihuatana, or the place when the sun gets tied. Once at the top, visitors are at the highest elevation of the Machu Picchu ruins that are publicly accessible. This area houses the Intihuatana stone, or sundial. At midday on the equinoxes, the sun stands almost above the pillar, casting no shadow at all, leading to the phrase, "a place to tie up the sun." It's here we saw the first stone that traced nearby mountains, maps of sorts, and they're still recognizable all these centuries later. This could be considered the halfway point of the route, with the next point of interest being Sacred Rock. But visitors should take a moment to look out from this highest point in the ruin and just stop and soak in the beauty of Machu Picchu's lesser known views. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up below and give it a like. That will let others know they should watch it too. The walk to Sacred Rock brings visitors eye level with the main square, or Central Plaza, which separated the different social classes of the Machu Picchu residents. Some say Sacred Rock was an altar, with the 3-sided buildings used by witnesses of the various religious ceremonies. At a height of 3 meters, Sacred Rock traces the nearby mountain range.
You see that, babe? Look at the rock and also look at the mountain behind.
Moving away from Sacred Rock, JJ walked us to the Hall of Mirrors. Walking through the lower part of Machu Picchu, you can tell the workers lived in this section of the city, away from royalty and priests. But the views are still stunning.
Probably a place like a hostel for travelers or workers. For the reason the size.
Have you visited Machu Picchu? We'd love to hear about your experience. Leave your thoughts in the comments section below.
Okay.
Looking back and up the mountain, you can truly appreciate the grand scale of Machu Picchu. The Hall of Mirrors sits on a natural outcrop of granite, and it's thought the room never had a roof.
Or maybe it was a kind of mirror to see the military. Okay, so we don't know exactly the purpose of this place. We have some theories, but no one knows exactly the purpose.
Our remaining time in Machu Picchu was making our way out. Walking through the alleys that separated the noble classes from the workers, near a prison, and of course, the iconic terraces. We could see more tourists arriving along the route above us, making for a more crowded experience, and the realization that the early morning start was all the more worthwhile. Even looking back, our views were free of tourists. We'd obviously come to as close to a private tour as we could ever hope to enjoy. Still, the time came when we'd have one last look over the breathtaking mountains and that final picture with JJ. Speaking of pictures, some of you may be curious, out of all the amazing pictures we took, which one made it onto our wall at home? Our visit to Machu Picchu was everything we hoped it would be. An amazing experience with incredible views and no drama. While we can't take credit for the wonder that is Machu Picchu, planning certainly helped avoid drama and disappointment. So what are our 5 tips for that perfect Machu Picchu experience? Buy your entrance tickets early. How early? Wendy purchased our entrance tickets before buying the airline tickets. In order to protect its heritage sites, the Peruvian government limits the number of visitors in the sites at any given time. Can you imagine flying all the way to Peru and not being able to visit Machu Picchu? Read the latest rules for visiting Machu Picchu. We've included the link to the official Machu Picchu rules in the video description below. The rules are constantly changing, so make sure to read through them when you're arranging your vacation and before flying out. Get acclimated to the high altitude. While Machu Picchu isn't the highest mountain in Peru, it's high enough to ruin your experience or even get sick if you're not used to the altitude. Plan on spending at least 2 days in Cusco or the Sacred Valley before tackling Machu Picchu. Trust us when we say altitude sickness is not fun. Arrange a guide beforehand. Whether arranging a guide before you even arrive in Peru or doing it a few days before, make sure to find a knowledgeable guide who can speak your language. There is so much to learn and see in Machu Picchu. A good guide will make your experience that much better. While not a tip, certainly a recommendation, do the early morning tour. You'll need to buy your bus ticket the day before and be at the bus station by 5:30 the day of, but it'll be so worth all the effort. Understand you do run the risk of clouds covering Machu Picchu, but if the weather is good, not only will your pictures look incredible, there'll be no one else in the photographs. Well, that wraps up this virtual tour of Machu Picchu. You can tell we love travel stories, so let us know your favorite story in the comments section below. If you want to leave us recommendations of where to travel next or even give us travel tips, leave those in the comments section as well. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to tell a friend, and most importantly, make sure you've subscribed to the channel so you won't miss our next travel video. Finally, make sure to click the thumbs up to like the video. By doing this, YouTube will suggest this video to one of our fellow travelers. We look forward to seeing you the next time we love to travel.